All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and I've been going through a series of presentations where I've been writing a simple body mass index or BMI calculator in several languages. I'm up to my 6th presentation of 8. This one is in Java, and previously I went over and showed you my constants for the program, and I showed you my variables for the program, including my decimal place. All right. And okay, so I've got that. So I'm inputting the height, validating the height, then I'm inputting the weight. So when I input the height, remember it must be 12 through 96. And when I input the weight, it must be 1 through 777. All right, and I'm gonna validate the weight. All right. Height and weight have been validated. Calculate BMI. That's what we're doing there. So here, BMI has been calculated. Calculate BMI status. All right. All right. Build output string to hold all inputted and calculated values. This sounds a little redundant, but output the output string. Oh, that's up above, sorry. All right. Prompt user to run program again or not. Okay. Convert user response to uppercase. Grab uppercase first character of response only. If first character of response not a Y, uppercase Y, halt program run. Okay, so that's everything. And it's pretty much commented up the wazoo. You know, 136 lines. It's not too bad, really. It's not a really huge program. So I'm going to stop here and have one more presentation where I put this into another file by itself. All right, as promised, I'm going to take this entire program and I'm going to start up a new project and paste it in. While I do that, I will again pause the video because there's no sense in you really watching me do all that. Then I'm going to take what I've got and I'm going to modularize it. I'm going to put everything into its own module, and I'll come back for that in just a minute. So I have copied everything over, and what I'm going to do now is this while again, where I'm inputting the height right here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab everything out of here for the height, and underneath my current main, I'm going to put in public static int input height. and I'm going to paste all of that in. Alright, I'm getting some errors here. I expect to get those, so that's not a big issue. We'll say here string input string equals int height equals. That removed all those errors. There's input height. So the first thing I want to do here is say height equal input height, excuse me. Alright, then I'm going to grab all the weight stuff and do the same thing. And say weight equals input weight. Again, I'm going to get an error right now because I have not yet written that procedure. I'll put it right underneath my input height. Oh, when I get done, I got to return the height. So all right. So public static int input weight. Same as before. And when I get all done, just like before, I have to return the weight. And just like before, I have to put in here string and int. And that should remove all my errors are gone. So I've modularized and put in the inputting the height and inputting the weight. This is just one line, but we're going to do it anyway. So we're going to call, I'm going to say BMI equal calculate BMI, and it will need the height and it will need the weight. Again, I have to write a new routine to do that. It's pretty simple stuff, pretty standard stuff. And I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say return this. All right. Pretty this up a tad. So right now I'm doing all that. So here I will have to say status equal calculate status, and it will need the BMI. And again, I have to write that routine. And at the bottom, I'll have to return the status. All right, that should hopefully clean everything up that has to be cleaned up. getting a couple error messages here. Let's see. It says I need another. Somewhere in there I'm missing a curly brace. That looks good. That looks good. Calculate status. What's wrong with that? Calculate status. And that will need the double BMI. I think that got rid of everything. So, we'll say here output str equal build output string. That's a string. Fix that. I also need the height, the weight, and the BMI, so I need to pass all that in. So we need the height, the weight, and the BMI. All right. That decimal formatter I can now take and move from where it was down to here, because this is the only place I need it, so it makes sense to create it here. All right. And I guess I also need the status. All right, so that should be everything there. Why doesn't it like this? Oh. Return output str. All right, still showing one error. Output string equals build output string. I'm going to make that static, which it's not right now. Public. Static. All my errors are gone. Now you notice that main is a true driver up till this point. All right, I can actually just print it out right there too, so I can get rid of this. I don't even have to return anything. So I can just make that a void. And then just call it directly from here. All right, so all that's left is to prompt the user to run the program again. And that will need the, again, variable. I think that's it, but we'll find out in a minute. this a string. Fix that. Make this a char. And that'll fix that. Okay, I'm down again to no errors. I don't need this output string anymore in here, so get rid of that. I don't need the status in here anymore, so I can get rid of that. Yes, I do need the status. This first character I don't need anymore. Right, it's showing me what am I still have? Input string, which I don't think I need that anymore. Alright, now the big reveal, because we have to see whether or not it still works. So save all, run it. It should behave exactly like it did before. 72, 111. Okay, there's an underweight. Yes. 72, 177. There's an optimal weight. Yes. 72, 330. Oh, hello. $72, 333. There's an overweight, so all of those worked. Yes. Let's try some out of range stuff. Okay. 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 All right. It all appears to work. Oops. Except it didn't like that, so we'll have to. Oh, I know what it is. Run program again. So that's again equals run program again. That'll return a Boolean. I don't have to pass anything in here. All right. Still have to ask in here though. So that's again if, so that's going to return true or it's going to return false. So if not again, meaning that it returned false, no, it is still returning this. So I do need a return value in here. Can't be a void. So that'll be a Boolean. And I'll have to return again. Okay. That actually should work because it's going to return true or false. So let's try it one more time, shall we? Okay, so main is a true driver now. We input the height, we input the weight, we calculate the BMI, we calculate the status, we build the output string, and we ask if they want to run the program again. All right, as far as I can tell, we have finished this. So I'm going to go back and rewrite this using App Inventor 2 in the next video.